Hey guys, this is Cruise Roy with the Upair 1. Alright, I'm going to do a battery test today. Here's the 5400 that comes with the Upair 1. It's supposed to get 25 minutes. I got 16 the other day and almost got a fly away. I'm going to show you right here. Full charge. Alright, here's a multi-star 5200 from Hobby King. Just going to show you its charge. What we're going to do is time this. I'm going to do this one first. Okay, I'm at 99%, which is normal for all these batteries. So at 5200 milliamp battery. Alright. And like I said, there was no rhyme or reason to this thing. At 16 minutes, it just flew away. But it went to go back home. I was just in a bad area. But I'm going to do it in the same small area again. And we're going to give it a try with the 5200. I'm going to put this is the battery adapter thing I made. This is just on there for another FPV. But these are your heaviest gauge auto spade electrical plugs you can get soldered on. And just be careful when you look at your battery. It says plus or minus on the battery, and what it is the plus is on this side. Alright, so when you put it in there, just make sure you're on the right way, otherwise you'll short out. Unless you go with these batteries all together and you solder on a XT60 and just go in that direction. Alright, so while I was at it, I also 3D printed a cover for the Upair. I did a little sanding today. So this is to take place of the battery cover when it's in place. And I'm going to put a little foam. The reason for the foam is to hold these connectors in place just in case they pop out. Alright. So now that you heard all the bobbity blah, let's give it a test, and here's the timer. The only difference is you don't have an on-off switch, which is nice with these batteries. They're not intelligent like a Phantom battery. They just have a good, on-off switch. I don't know if the circuitry in there really does anything during charging or whatever. Supposedly has a built-in balance charger, but it's just being charged off of a laptop power supply. Alright. So give me a minute. I'm going to set up and we're going to give it a try. Okay guys, again, the positives on the right hand side on this one. Just double check before you do this mod, and let's give it a try. I dummy proofed my controller, as you can see, video picture. Let me turn it on. Make sure your USB is plugged in the back. I'm going to take off in GPS. Alright, let's drop this battery in. And if you look, there's just so much room in there compared to this battery. Oh, that's what I forgot to do, show you the size. It's pretty much, I guess the battery's hiding in there just like this. It's just got all this plastic attached to it. So, but there is a lot more room in there. I might want to put some foam or whatever to stop it from bouncing around. But I'm going to put the balance lead in. Positives on the right. Just bear with me. Tried to make these as tight as possible. Don't want them popping off in flight. There's worse things than flyaways. Alright. And let me boot it up. Give it a few minutes before I put the cover on. Alright, she's booting up. There's the screen. Alright, let me tuck everything in. There's plenty of room on these for that 5200 battery. I'm just wondering if it's the quality better. It's actually, that battery's a lot heavier. And like I said, this is my cover, and the only reason for the foam, which I might glue on there, see that stays on nice, is to keep those connectors in place, which seems to me a good idea. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the timer. Alright, we're going to give it take a few seconds here because I'm not arming it yet, but don't mind my we got 8 satellites. Like I said, we're not going to fly anywhere. We're going to do a battery test. And don't take it for granted this thing's all over the place, but I got an electrical wire there and a big electrical wire there. So I think in an open area it would do just fine. See what the screen says. It says I'm in altitude hold, even though I'm in GPS. I don't understand that. I just switched it to altitude hold. I think you have to have full 12 satellites before GPS locks in. Let me put it in GPS now. Position hold. Alright, like I said, we're just going to try the battery. Now I'm not touching any sticks and she's creeping towards me. But like I said, my iris does this as well until it gets up to a higher altitude. And also has time to check out its surroundings. But this ain't a test on how it flies. It's just for battery time. Alright, the battery here says 1169. I have no way of telling when this thing's going to go except it's going to take off. And I'm assuming this is going to say return to home, return to land. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on the timer. Wait till it gets to about 16 minutes. It's only 2 minutes now. So it's going to be a long, boring video. We already know the other one does 16 minutes. They say you can do an auto-tune on this APM board. Might have to do that with a USB mod. With the 5200 battery, you can actually put the USB inside the battery compartment, just like the Phantom. There goes my landing pad. And also I'll check the battery when this thing decides to, if it starts going nuts on me again, I will try to grab it. I don't need it going up into the trees. And I notice you still have limited control when it starts thinking about going home. Battery voltage 11.42. So even with the altitude, it just wants to lift off by itself sometimes. But there's no blinking lights or anything with the telling you, hey, battery's low, I'm going to go into return to home like the Phantom. I'm wondering if they're just cheap ESCs, bad motors. That's what's causing it to skip up and down. Could be unbalanced props. But
We got a little bit of wind, but nothing that should be disturbing this thing. I think she gets a lot of wash on those big props. Because if you look at it, those props are just barely missing. You know what this thing needs is a little Lipo alarm hanging off the back end. We got 5 minutes going. And it looks to me that the transmitter's overheating. I'm getting flickering out of the screen. I'm going to shake the drone a little bit. Yeah, I think the TXs on these things overheat. I'm getting all kind of glitter, like I'm on the wrong channel. I'm going to do the TX mod anyways, but I think it gets hot. And it creates that fuzz. Can't even see what's going on the screen. Oh, I don't even got the camera recording anyways. Because this is just for a battery test. Close up of the battery door. That's me doing that. Okay, I lost the transmission. So I got a bad TX here. It overheats, I think. I'm assuming when this thing runs out of juice, I'm at 1095 on the voltage. I'm going to keep it low so I can grab this thing, because otherwise it's going to go into the trees and it's not going to end well. But I don't even know when the low battery alarm kicks in. I need to grab the timer here. It's 8 minutes. Put that where I can see it. I don't want to hang it on me. We're at 8 minutes. Got to watch the voltage on the ISO here. The camera's on, but I'm not recording. I'm getting flickering out of the transmitter here. Still in position hold. But now I'm getting some wind. Very hot out today. The gimbal's working. But I keep losing the TX on and off, but I got a mod coming for that. I'm going to put it in a ventilated box, because I think putting it in an aluminum box kind of makes it overheat. Yeah, I need a beeper alarm on this thing so it says, hey, your Lipo's low. Yeah, it's like the motors are speeding up and lowering and speeding up and lowering. I'm not touching it. I'm in position hold. 1075 on the voltage, but we don't know because it's not calibrated to that battery, it's calibrated to my battery. Please, please don't take off into the trees. I do have some alarms, I should have hung one out. At 10 minutes. The GPS is making it. It's just bobbing around. It's staying here, but not accurate. Like I said, probably better in a lot more room. I didn't see no lights blink or anything when this thing decided to take off, just the motors revving up. Still in position hold, you can see that. I want to see altitude hold. Altitude hold. 14 satellites. Might have altitude hold, but $10.63 on the voltage. Been flying for 11 minutes, it says on the screen, but I got 11:28. The screen is kind of matching the timer there. $10.63 on the voltage. Okay, I'm going to put it back into GPS mode. Screen says position hold. Get a close-up of the Lipo cover. Oh no. Oh no. 12 minutes. Ugh. 12 minutes. Alright guys, so I cut some trees with it. That camera was on there. So at 12:42 on this battery, so I got 16 minutes out of the other battery. That's unusual. These batteries are usually pretty good. I'm getting a lot of time out of one of these on a Phantom. The gimbal's still working. Got some green grass growing on the props here. No serious damage. I'm going to clean up the props. But let me check out. So I need a low battery alarm indicator on this. Right now, it's telling me 1091. And it took off. Well, 1090. It's got 15 satellites, decided to take off, and it's in return to home. So it does tell you here, but when it happens, it just happens. So luckily,
Luckily I hit this arm and it fell from the sky and the tree knocked it down and I caught it. So, not much damage. Need a little Fantastic to clean it up. What I want to do is disconnect the battery. It's very hot today too, so I'm wondering if that's another aspect of this, if it's really warm out. I love these brand new connectors. Alright. Little grass on everything. Let me turn that off. Take the battery connectors off. So I'm going to give thumbs up to the Upair battery because I got 16 minutes. This only gave me the 10 minutes there. It's on 15 now, but I forgot to hit stop. But let me check the balance on here though. Okay, the battery's at 11%. Cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. So it's discharging pretty evenly, which is good. Good board in there. But I'm only at 11%. And my battery door worked. Let me just throw that in there. Battery door worked. It came off during the crash and it's still fine. Got a little grass on it. That's just the leads floating around. No bad crash. But that's a serious problem with this. It has no idea except for the screen, and not everybody's going to stare at the screen. So it needs one of those alarms. When you get a low voltage, you can set it. So you set it to about 1075 and it goes off. But that would work on a regular standard Lipo. But when you're using the Upair Lipo, you would have to solder this on and mount it to the side of the unit. That's probably another mod for this. Put a nice alarm on the side. You hear it beeping. When you hear it beeping, bring it down before this thing decides it's going to bring it down on its own. Alright, so anyways, that's the test with the fully charged 5200. Thumbs up to the Upair battery. It seems to last longer. It's just you can buy these cheaper. And you got to remember, this is an FPV drone, so if you're getting 16 minutes out of it, it's a good deal, you know. Alright, this is Cruise Roy. I'm out of here.